Have you ever had an argument with someone and thought you were absolutely right, only to walk away and ask yourself, wait a minute, was I the asshole? Well, that's where Reddit comes in. So join me each day as we read through the top Am I the Asshole post and ask the question, was this person indeed the asshole or not? As always, leave your opinion in the comments below and let me know if you agree or disagree with my take on it. Let's get started. All right, so what's one of the top stories on Reddit today for Am I the Asshole? Well, let's have a look at it for the first time together. Am I the asshole for telling a girl it's absolutely her fault she got pregnant for the third time? Just from that headline, I'm going to say you're right, but maybe I'm jumping the gun here. I mean, for the third time. First time, second time, third time, you know. So let's have a look. Before I start, I honestly don't care if people enjoy sex. There's nothing wrong with it as long as they're using condoms and so on. Okay, reasonable statement. Uh, I honestly don't care if people enjoy sex. That's a very odd statement, though. That's a very odd sentence. I mean, why would that be something that you care about or not care about? Why is that something that needs to be said? I honestly don't care if people enjoy sex. Does that mean that you don't enjoy sex? That you find sex a chore? That you think sex is something that you just do to get it over with and procreate? That statement is throwing me off, to be honest. What do you mean by that statement? um, I'm guessing you mean that you're trying to say maybe I'm making an assumption here. You're trying to say that you're open about people having sex, enjoying sex, and doing what they want to do in the bedroom. Okay, if that's your meaning, it's fine. It's just making that statement is a little bit odd. I, a 24-year-old female, know a girl who is around 19 from class. We definitely are not friends, but she started dumping all of her private info on me the first day. Been there. Some of the examples include sleeping around with random guys every weekend, not on any form of birth control, not using condoms due to latex allergies, getting pregnant and miscarrying twice, and not getting medical help afterwards. Her family is well off, so it's not like she can't afford to go to an OBGYN or get a hormonal birth control. That's not even the worst of the stories she told me, but they're not relevant to the post. Well, then why mention that sentence? I mean, look, something about your tone is already giving me like maybe you're a bit of an asshole vibe. That's not even the worst. But they're not relevant. So I'm not going to tell you. She's so much worse. I could tell you how much worse she is, but I'm not going to. Well, then why even bring up that sentence? It's just this sentence is you trying to paint her in an even worse picture, an even worse light, I should say. So why bring it up? The fact that you're not going to let the facts speak for themselves, the fact that you're going to try to color the reader's opinion of her even more with that statement, I don't know. I'm not saying that she's not going to be the asshole, but I think the poster, just from this tone so far, you're kind of the asshole too. Something about the way you express things. She came into class one day and was upset about something. I didn't even ask what was wrong because I'm done with her oversharing. But of course, she started spilling the beans anyway. It turns out she's pregnant and miscarried for the third time. I looked at her dead in the eye and said, it's like you could have prevented it. We're not friends. Stop telling me these things. She made a shocked face and stopped talking to me. My friends think I'm an asshole for lacking empathy. Honestly, I'm just done with her oversharing things. Am I the asshole? Yes, you are the asshole. I mean, look, I'm not saying that you are wrong. I'm not saying that you are wrong for not wanting other people that you barely know to not overshare with you. I'm not saying that. But the way you express it makes you the asshole. It's that simple. Look, the other girl, she doesn't have her shit together, obviously. She's young and she's dumb. She's 19. You're 24. You're 5 years older than her. You should be a bit more mature in how you express things to people, right? So she's young, she's dumb. Her parents obviously didn't teach her very well about safety. And I'm making an assumption that this is going to be America because America's school system is not the best about sex education. Because, of course, America being a Puritan based country, they still have their hangups about sex, and people are often in America misinformed about a lot of things because of that foundation, sadly. Um, so, sex education is one of those things that gets kind of left by the wayside. I had a bit of sex education back in middle school, and it was, I think, one class, and it was nothing. I don't even remember anything, but it was nothing useful. It didn't talk about protection. I remember that. It didn't talk about, ways that women could say no. It didn't talk about how men should be considerate about approaching women. So it didn't cover the things that we need to know when we're entering that age where we're going to start courting people, going to start trying to date people. So obviously, this 19-year-old girl is not well informed. Maybe she's ignorant of some things. You, as a 24-year-old, you should be more knowledgeable. You should be more worldly. And if you're a decent person, then I would say sit down with the 19-year-old girl and just have a conversation and try to educate her. Help her to not make those same mistakes over and over. Instead, your reaction is, why are you telling me this? You're such a slut, sleeping around. You could do something to not do it. I mean, you're kind of a twit, uh, to be honest with you. There's a nice way and a not nice way to deal with these things. You could have easily said, hey, look, I'm sorry that you're having these problems. Honestly, I think that you could do something to not have these problems. Are you taking any birth control? Are you being more selective about the guys that you're choosing? Have that conversation and then say, okay, so we figured that out. Now, to be very honest, when you don't even really know me and you come in and you keep sharing all of this stuff, it makes me uncomfortable. Okay, so I'm not against maybe being friends with you in the future after we get to know each other a bit more, but this oversharing from the very beginning, it's not the best way to approach people, or at least it's not the best way to approach me. And I think that would have been a lot nicer. So, are you the asshole? Yeah, definitely the asshole. I've met oversharers in my life before, and they're not bad people. I think this woman that you're talking about is a perfect example. She's getting knocked up 3 times by the time she's 19, sleeping with a lot of different guys, and she's instantly oversharing with you when she just met you. For me, from my perspective, it looks like she wants attention. She needs attention. She's missing attention in her life. Why is she missing that attention? Growing up, did she get enough attention from her parents? Was she left alone a lot? I mean, so obviously she's looking for something. She's looking for love. She's looking for someone to accept her, which is probably one reason that she's having a little bit of trouble saying no. So the fact that you're basically slapping her face and telling her that I don't want to talk to you, I'm not your friend. I don't know. It's a bit cruel. It's a bit cold. So yeah, you are the asshole. Anyway, agree, disagree with my take? Well, up to you. Leave your post in the comments below and let me know. Have a great day and talk to you next time.